Hey there, thanks for joining me today. This is Laura Lynn with KeepInkingUp.com. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! In San Antonio, Texas. And today I wanted to share another one-layer card. For whatever reason, I'm really into making one-layer cards these days. And for today's card, I'm going to be using the Daisy Lane stamp set. It's so sweet. I just think it's so precious. Anyway, at the moment, the Daisy Lane stamp set does come in a bundle available with the medium daisy punch. If you purchase these together as a bundle, you do save 10% over ordering them separately. But what's really great about this stamp set, and we're only going to use the stamp set today, we won't be using the punch, but there's also another punch that coordinates with the stamp set. This medium punch goes with this medium size daisy image, and then we have our daisy punch, which goes with the larger daisy image. If you remember, a couple of years ago, this daisy punch was so popular we just could not even keep it in stock. So maybe you already have this punch and it coordinates with the stamp set. So that would be a great stamp set for you to get if you already ordered that punch. If not, you can get the bundle and have the smaller punch. Now, we are not going to be using the punches today, but I did want to show you a card where I used the punches and the stamp set. Isn't this sweet? So this has, I used the medium daisy punch here for this part of the flower, and then the daisy punch for the larger part of the flower. And just isn't that a sweet card? And then I used that fern stamp in the background. Such a sweet card. So anyway, like I said, we're not going to be using the punch today. We're going to be using some of the other images. So today I'm going to be using a piece of our thick, very vanilla cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored in half at 5 1/2 to create our card base. Normally I use Whisper White, and I said, you know what, I need to break out of that rut and use very vanilla. So that's what I'm going to use today. We're also going to be using 3 different ink pad colors. We're going to be using Old Olive, Early Espresso, and Mango Melody. I also have our Stampin' Write markers in those same exact colors, and you'll see how we'll use those in just a minute. So I'm going to begin with our Old Olive cardstock, our Old Olive ink pad. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to use the fern image that I already have mounted on a clear block. And I'm going to ink up the stamp, and I'm going to go in the corner here, stamp full strength. Then I'm going to stamp again, stamp off, so I get the 2 different tones of ink there. I'll stamp it up again, stamp it, and again, so I have that, and I'm going to stamp it one more time. So I create this nice little bush here in the corner of the card. Then I'm going to take the stem image, ink that up in Old Olive again, and I'm going to have one going up like this. Then I'll ink it up again and have it going over, let's see, how about right there? That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm done with the Old Olive, so I can put that away. Then I'm going to come in with Mango Melody. If you watched my videos before, you know that Mango Melody is my favorite yellow color at the moment. And I'm going to use the smaller daisy image from the stamp set with that. So I'll ink it up. Now this is not photopolymer, so it's a little bit harder to line up with the end of the stem, so I may not get it exactly. That's okay though. I'll put it right there. That's close enough. And I'll do it again, right there. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to ink it up again, but this time I want to add a little bit of Early Espresso marker into the center of my flower so I can get the little deeper color there. So I'm just going to use my marker and add the Early Espresso to the middle there. And then now I'm going to come on top of my other flowers and rotate it a little bit so that the petals are offset. There we go. Now see, that didn't line up exactly, but it looks good. I'll bring that up so you can see it's not lined up perfectly, but it still looks really nice. Now I have brown on here, so I don't want to put it in my ink pad again to do my second flower. I need to wash it off first, so I have my simple chamois. I'm going to clean off my stamp, and I'll do that same process. Now it's nice and clean. I'll ink it up with the Mango Melody. I'll take my marker, color in the center just like I did before, and stamp that down on top of there. Well, that looks pretty good. Isn't that sweet? So I'll clean off my stamp again because I don't want to accidentally put that into a yellow ink pad and get Early Espresso everywhere. I'm done with the Mango Melody. I can close that up, and now I'll bring in my Early Espresso ink pad for my sentiment. And my sentiment I'm using today is Smile. It's just a nice, sweet little card for an all occasion. So I'll put Smile. Let's put it down here. There we go. And that is good for that. And now, I thought that was a little bit plain, although that's very sweet. You could stop right here. There's nothing wrong with that. But I thought I would add a little spritzing just to dress it up a little bit. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Up marker, the Early Espresso. I'm going to open up the fat end. If you noticed on our markers, we have a thin line and a fat line. The fat line has the brush tip. The thin line has the pen tip, I guess, that you write with. So I'm going to take the brush tip, and I'm going to put the brush tip inside the cap, and I'm just going to flick it. And that gives a little bit of splatter. And depending on how close or far away you are is how this will come. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other two colors just to add a little bit more color in the background. Do the same thing with the brush tip and flick. They didn't do very much, so I'm going to do it again. Flick. Oh well, okay. I think that's enough. It's just a little bit of the green, and now I'll do the Mango Melody. Same exact thing. Ooh. It's going to be different every time, but I think those splatters just add a lot to the card. So there you have it, another one-layer card just using our card base and some ink pad colors and some Stampin' Up markers. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and we'll give a try on a one-layer card, and we'll get the Daisy Lane bundle with the Daisy Lane stamp set and medium daisy punch. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.